Okay, let's have a look here. Um, right. Let's get For the following exercises, find the equation of the tangent line to the graph at the given function at the indicated point. Use a graphing calculator to graph the function and the tangent line. Okay, so let's start with 118 y equals 3x squared plus 4x plus 1. So we'll get the slope by getting the derivative. 6x plus 4, but it needs to be at the point 0, 1. So that's going to be 4. So then it's y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So it's y equals 4x plus 1. We'll graph it in a moment. 119. Y equals 2x power a half plus 1. So dy dx equals, bring down the power, reduce the power by 1. And this is at the point 4. So that's a half. So y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So y equals a half x minus 2 plus 5. So plus 3 then, I think. Okay, 120. Y equals 2x over x minus 1. So dy dx equals the bottom squared the bottom times the derivative of the top minus the top times the derivative of the bottom. So that's at the point minus 1. So let's see. That would be minus 1 minus 1 minus 2 squared is 4. Minus 1 is minus 2. So that's minus 4 plus 2. So that's 2 minus 4 minus 2. So minus a half then. So we'll have y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Y minus 1 equals minus a half x minus a half plus 1. So, oh, okay, minus a half. So we have y equals minus a half x plus a half, isn't it? Minus a half x minus a half. Minus a half x yeah. Okay, I think everything's okay. And then 121, we can say y equals 2x power minus 1 minus 3x power minus 2. So dy dx equals minus 2x power minus 2 plus 6x power minus 3. But then that's at the point 1. So that would be 4. So it's y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So y equals 4x minus 4 minus 1 minus 5. Let's find out if we got these right, because when we graph them, it should look like a tangent line. loading. There we go. Okay, let's have a look at the first one. It's y equals 3x squared plus 4x plus 1. And then the line is y equals 4x plus 1. It looks like a tangent at 1. 0, 0, 1. That seems to check out for me. I could zoom in just to make sure. Yeah, looks pretty good to me. Okay, next one. Y equals 2 square root x. Y equals 2 square root x plus 1. Then y equals a half x plus 3. And I'll have to zoom out. Yeah. So where's that at? What's it, about 4, 5, is it? Yeah, 4, 5. Okay, that's good as well. All right, next one. Y equals 2x over x minus 1. And y equals minus a half x plus a half. Yeah, minus 1, 1. That looks good as well. Okay, and then the last one now. Y equals 2 over x minus 3 over x squared. Okay. And y equals 4x minus 5. Okay. Just one tangent line there. Yeah, okay. They look good to me. We can check the answer now. I'll just get the next few ready. Should be okay. What questions are those? 118 in chapter 3. 118. Well, of course, 118 is not there. 119. Yeah. And then 121. Yeah. Okay. Great. Okay. And let's have a look at the next one here. So for each of the following exercise, find the derivatives. Okay, should be pretty straightforward now. So the first one, 122, the derivative dy dx will be 4 times the derivative of f plus the derivative of g over 7. 123. Oh, not dy dx, it's the h dx, so we'll just say h dash. Again, h dash x, so it's the product rule. 3x squared fx plus x cubed f dash x. 124, it is the product rule again. H dash x is a half f dash x g plus a half fx g dash x. And then 125 is the quotient rule. The bottom squared. The bottom times the derivative of the top minus the top times the derivative of the bottom. The bottom squared, the bottom times the derivative of the top minus the top times the derivative of the bottom. Yeah, that looks okay to me. We can check the answers up to 125. Let's see. Okay. 3x squared f plus, yeah, that's right. And then 3f dash gx plus 2 minus 3 fg dash. Yeah. That looks okay as well. Okay. Oh, it's only been 11 minutes. Maybe we can do a little bit more. Let's have a look here. Okay. Clear this up. For the following exercises, assume that f and g are both differentiable functions with values as given in the following table. Calculate the following. Yeah, okay, so 126 h-1. So that would be product rule. So that's 1 times fx plus x times f dash x plus 4 g dash x when x is 1. So that would be 1 times f of 1 plus 1 times f dash of 1 plus 4 times g dash of 1. So 16 minus 1 is 15. 15 plus 3 is 18. I hope. 127 h-2 would equal the bottom squared. The bottom times the derivative of the top minus the top times the derivative of the bottom. So that would be g2 is 3 times f-2 is 7 minus f2, which is 5, times g-2, which is 1, over g2, which is 3 squared is 9. So that's 21 minus 5 over 9, which is 16 over 9. That's it. 128. H-3 will be 2 plus f-3 g3 plus f3 g-3, which will be 2 plus 8 times minus 4 plus minus 2 f of 3, and then g dash of 3, which is 2. So let me see. That is 2 minus 32 minus 4. That's 2 minus 36. That's minus 34. Okay, and lastly, 129. So maybe I should change that to x power minus 1. So h-4 would be minus 1, 4 power minus 2 plus f of 4 squared. and then the bottom times the derivative of the top minus the top times the derivative of the bottom. So that would be minus 1 over 16 plus f of 4. F of 4? But f of 4 is 0. So undefined. Let's see what the answer says. So this is open to question 129. Yes, undefined. So that is correct, and that is correct. So I'm guessing that my other two answers, unless I made some silly mental arithmetic mistake or something like that, hopefully they're right as well. Okay, great. That wraps up, I think, for today. I think it's a good place to leave it at. Got actually quite a bit done in less than 20 minutes, so that's good going. Yeah, okay. Well, maybe I'll actually finish this off. I'll try and get up to 132, because then that leaves not too much left. Okay. Find h-1. So, well, the derivative of f, let's see, that's just going to be a -1. And then the derivative of g, well, g at 1 is 1. So that's just a 0, it looks like. And then at 3, well, we have a problem at 3 because there is no derivative of f. And at 4, it'll be 0 and 1. So 1 then. Okay, so this one here would be derivative of f, which is -1, times g of 1, which is 1, plus f of 1, which is 3, times the derivative of g, which is 1. So that's 2. Okay, and again, nothing at 3. And 4, that would be this one here. 4, derivative of f at 4 is 1, times g at 4, which is 2, plus f at 4, which is 2, and then the g, which is 0. So that's a 2 then. Okay, well, again, we know this one is no good. So that's a no. And then h derivative of 1. So that's the bottom squared, g1, which is 1 squared. That's great. And that's the bottom, which is 1, times the derivative of the top, which is -1, minus the top, which is f of 1, which is 3, minus the derivative of the bottom, which is 1, minus 1 minus 2, minus 4. And then at 4, so it's again the bottom squared. So that's g of 4, which is 2, squared is 4. And then the bottom, which is 2, times the derivative of the top. So that's f of 4, that derivative, which is 1, minus the top, f of 4, which is 2, times the derivative of the bottom. So that's a 0. So that's a half. A half minus 4 there. Again, nothing in the middle. 2 undefined 2, 1, undefined 0. Oh, okay, let's see if we're right. That was a little bit harder to do in my head, pushing my mental faculties. 132. 2 does not exist in 2.5. 131. I made a mistake here. 2 does not exist. So let's check that. H dash 4. Derivative of f a minus 1 times, no, it's 1. Yeah. Times g of 4. Let's check this out. H dash 4 equals f dash 4 g4 plus f4 g dash 4. So that's a 1. And that's, oh, that's 2.5. Plus 0, 2.5. So I said that's 2. So I might have to double check my H dash 4 here in the first one. That would be F dash 4 plus D dash 4. No, that's okay because I didn't use G4. Here I'll have to check. Yeah, so this one's wrong. I'm misreading that the height is 2. It's 2.5. So let's just be more careful here. The bottom squared, so that's g of 4, so it's 2.5 squared. And then the bottom, 2.5, times the derivative of f, which is 1, minus the top, which is 2, minus the derivative of the bottom, which is derivative of g, which is 0. So that's 1 over 2.5, which is 0.4. Oh, hopefully that's correct now. I'm not feeling so great about these. Let's have a quick check before we wrap it up. Okay, h dash 1. So that's the derivative of f plus the derivative of g at 1. So that's minus 1 plus 1. So that, I think that's right. That's undefined at 3. They're all definitely right. Then h dash 4. F dash 4 plus g dash 4. So 1 plus 0. So that looks right. And then f dash 4, which is 1. No, sorry, this is at 1. F dash 1, so it's minus 1, yeah, plus g of 1, which is 1, plus f of 1, which is 3, and then g dash at 1, which is 1. Yeah, that looks right. And then here, this is where I made my mistake. Should be 2.5 because of misreading the height of g. So now it looks correct. And then lastly, this one here. So that's the bottom squared. So g of 1, which is 1 squared. And then 1 goes there. And then the derivative of the top, which is minus 1, minus the top, which is f of 1. And the derivative of the bottom, which is 1. So minus 1 minus 3. That looks like minus 4 is correct here. That's right here. And then the last one I have to recalculate. So that's g of 4, which is 2.5 squared. And then 2.5, the bottom times the derivative of the top, which is 1, minus the top, which is f of 4, which is 2, times the derivative of the bottom, the g, which is 0. So 1 over 2.5. 1 over 5 over 2, 2 over 5, 0.4. Yeah, hopefully they're right now. Hopefully they're right now. Okay, a bit tough today. Mental arithmetic and gymnastics. But that would be a very nice place to wrap it up. And that gets us all the way up to question, we got pretty far actually, up to 132. And then that's all tech questions. Oh, not all, but 132, not bad. Okay, thanks for watching. We'll wrap it up there, and I'll see you next time.